Welcome to the Echoes of Scriptures. Thank you for joining us on today's episode on our series, The Genesis Story. Today we continue our series with the fall of man. Genesis chapter 3. In the beginning, the Garden of Eden flourished in perfect harmony. Every tree bore fruit, every river flowed with life. Adam and Eve walked freely, unashamed, and touched by fear. And in the cool of the day, God himself walked with them. God had given them dominion over all creation, yet with one sacred command. You may eat freely from every tree in the garden, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day you eat of it, you shall surely die. But among the creatures of the garden, there was one more cunning than the rest. The serpent, silent, watchful, calculating, approached Eve. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? It was not just a question, it was the beginning of doubt. Eve answered, "We may eat from the trees, but not from the one in the middle of the garden." God said, "We must not eat it or even touch it, or we will die." The command was known, but now it was being reconsidered. You will not surely die, for God knows that when you eat of it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Eve looked again at the tree. The fruit was beautiful, pleasing to the eye, and desirable for wisdom. What once was forbidden now seemed irresistible. She reached out her hand, took the fruit and ate it, then turned to Adam, who stood beside her, and gave it to him, and he ate. In that very moment, their eyes were opened, but not to glory, to guilt. They saw themselves and felt shame. For the first time, they realized they were naked. Quickly, desperately, they gathered fig leaves and stitched them together, trying to cover what innocence once hid. Then came a familiar sound, the presence of God walking in the garden. But what was once joy now brought fear. Adam and Eve hid among the trees, from the one who made them, from the one who loved them. "Adam, where are you?" Not a question of location, but of condition. "I heard you in the garden and I was afraid, because I was naked, so I hid." Fear had entered the human heart, and God spoke. "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam answered, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." Eve responded, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Responsibility was replaced with blame. God turned to the serpent. "You are cursed above all creatures. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all your days." And a promise was spoken, of future victory over evil. "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman, he said, "There will be pain in childbirth, and struggle in relationships." The harmony was broken. To Adam, God said, "The ground is cursed because of you. Through toil and sweat you will eat. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return." Yet, even in judgment, God showed mercy. He made garments of skin and clothed them, covering their shame with his provision. They were sent out of the garden, away from Eden, away from the tree of life, away from perfect fellowship. Cherubim stood at the entrance with a flaming sword guarding the way. Paradise was lost. The world had changed. Sin had entered. Suffering had begun. But so had something else, a promise. For even in the fall, God had already spoken of a day when evil would be defeated and humanity would be restored. This was not the end, but the beginning of redemption. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Genesis story. Do not miss our next episode on Cain and Abel. Till then, stay positive and stay safe.